Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the ModPod. I'm here with my co-host. Oh, this is me, Minh. Hello. I'm here with my co-host Orion.
What's up? My name's Orion.
And Darren. Darren's here too.
I guess. Too. Yeah,
Happy Valentine's Day.
That's me. It's Darren.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Or
It's
Single Awareness Day for us, I guess.
Yeah. Single Awareness Day. February 15th?
Today? What day is it today?
Well, not today,
No,
but like by the time this goes up, it'll be Valentine's Day.
Yeah, probably.
We will have been heartbroken by then, and so yeah. Is it a real holiday? Is Single Awareness like a real thing?
Sure, it's government mandated.
Well, they have in China like Double 11 Day, which is I think like Singles Day. I don't know. I might be shocked for that, but I think that's what it is.
Is that like super lucky or something like that, or like?
No, I think it's just like literally Singles Awareness Day.
Wow, it's a pandemic, you guys. It's not
Wait,
good.
I want to fact check
Wait,
this
so
real quick.
in did you say China?
Yes.
It's Singles Awareness Day?
Well, it's called Double 11 Day, but I think it's basically.
Yeah, check on that.
Yeah.
That's weird because
Alibaba turned China's informal Singles Day into a shopping event, and
Wow.
the name is a play on the date November 11th, 11/11 or Double 11.
So what happens when you try to monetize sadness?
That's exactly.
do they have a couples day? Because Valentine's Day is more like a couples.
My knowledge on this stops basically.
Yeah.
You can Google it,
Yeah,
I guess.
I don't know.
I think I would assume they do though.
Yeah. So basically today, since as you all know, we're very lonely boys. We decided that we would be a little more upbeat, a little more positive, since the last episode just ripped us to shreds.
Well, I was okay after that. I don't know about you two.
I had nothing to
Yeah,
say.
I was fine. Yeah.
Only one of us seems to be having
I'm just having a hard time, man.
Wow.
But so basically, let's talk about some fun experiences. Let's start you guys have any memorable childhood experiences that you distinctly remember?
distinctly remember childhood experiences
That are I don't know, happy.
I'd say the happiest I have ever been in my life, period, was when I was in elementary school, and we had this after-school care program.
Oh yeah.
You're allowed to bring your Game Boy
Oh.
or DS, and me and my boys would always be up on Pokemon Pearl.
Dude.
with the guide, the guides you could buy.
Yeah.
That was so fun, trying to find all the hidden items and stuff.
The physical book copies of guides.
Yeah.
Darren doesnent know what we're talking about. Do you know what we're talking about?
I feel like I'm just not gonna have much to say this episode.
Well, yeah, and we would do that, and we would also make up games and just
Yeah, no.
role play. And
I
stuff.
remember that. I remember doing that sort of thing. I feel like we had a similar childhood experience, but I don't know if Darren, if you had that sort of thing. I used to I had a few friends growing up in elementary school, and we would just I think The Legend of Zelda was a really big thing back then. I really liked it, that sort of thing, and we would pretend to sword fight and that sort of thing. The imagination was endless.
Yeah, definitely.
That sort of thing. But
I guess going off that, it's not really an answer to your question.
Yeah.
It's just this dumb thing that just popped in my mind. But I remember in 4th and 5th grade, we went on a field trip somewhere to some sort of space observatory or whatever, Chabot Space Observatory. I think that's what
pretty
it is.
cool.
And we were on the way back, and we're just in the car. Dude, I don't even remember. Somehow we just came up with this game where we would take things, I think, from stuff that is passing by, trees and stuff, and we just had this imaginary war with just words
Wow.
my tree shot your tree or something like that. I don't know. This the stupidest thing ever, but it was
when you're a kid, then that sort of thing.
I was I mean, I don't really remember a lot from those days, and as you can tell, I could barely put together the story, but I just remember that was one of those kind of stupid moments that was really fun.
Yeah. No.
So yeah. Or it might have been a dream. Dude, I don't even know. It might have been a dream.
That's what you did for fun as a kid. You guys said that's my tree, and my tree is beating your tree right now.
Don't gotta roast him like that, bro. It's weird. Kids are weird, dude.
I will say though, in 4th, 5th grade, it was for 2 years actually we had this combo class going on, and it was kind of funny because there was this whole boys versus girls dynamic. So literally, it was a gang no, I'm this
literally
is
gang violence.
This is as this is as real as gang can get in like the Bay Area, you know, like,
bro.
but like all the guys would like
been open.
have be like a squad, all the girls would be like a squad, and then it would literally be like trying to like poke fun at each other and like do like small things to like, you know, one up the other group. I just remember
When
that
girls
was hella
have
funny.
cooties, ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Disgusting, bro. Obviously, nothing has changed since
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like when the last time I could fully recall being like genuinely happy. I don't know. I don't know if that's like.
I mean, I feel like they're like
What about
I think
Alana's party?
oh,
I feel like you were pretty happy then.
Alana's party was pretty lit. Hi Alana, we miss you. Please come back from New York. Your three sons miss you very much. Are we? I don't know.
We need your advice.
Yeah, please. We don't know what we're doing. I think the most recent example of me being genuinely happy was going to Japan, like over the summer, like eating all the food and just being like in fucking Japan.
Yeah.
Was just like the peak of like my existence. Like I've always wanted to go to Japan, like growing up.
Yeah,
and, like
you had like that same energy when you were like showing me all the videos you made.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I really hope that, because I applied for a study abroad program with the design thing that I was telling you guys about, and like.
Which if any of the professors are listening, please let me know.
Please. I'm number 4 on the wait list. I'm a pretty good student, you know, 3.6 GPA.
3.6?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Wait, what's your GPA?
I said 3.36, and I was like,
No.
That's okay.
It's like 3.6, like, I don't know, cumulative or whatever, but it's like it's been 3.8 for the past one. But yeah, going to Japan, eating the food, experiencing like a different culture where like people don't generally like speak English. It was just cool to like be in that sort of thing where I couldn't like understand everything, which kind of made everything like really cool, you know. It was kind of like I would like describe it as when you're young, you don't really have any sort of like inhibitions, so you don't really care what other people think around you. Like you know, when you're little, you're just like, you know, I'm a little kid, I'm like just like I'll do whatever I want, that sort of thing, you know?
I don't know if that's.
I was pretty self-conscious.
Yeah,
I feel like, or at least in my view, I feel like you care less as you get older. And
I guess so.
It's like no diss to my parents, but like sometimes they'll do things that I feel like they'll be like, you know, Darren, why aren't you like taking more risks? Like, just go up to him, like ask him a question, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'll be like, no, you can't like ask him that kind of thing. It's like, they're like, no, just ask. Like, what's the worst thing he can say? And they've got a point.
That's true.
But
Yeah.
there's like at least even me being at this age, there's still some sort of like inhibition I have and like kind of unconscious fear I have of people like judging me. And
I get that. Yeah,
I remember having that through elementary school.
that's understandable.
So,
I get that, but I feel like when you're little, I feel like you don't get in trouble as much for it because like you're like, yeah, I don't know, I didn't know, you know. But like now you have to like justify your actions.
That's
like,
true. But I still remember like when you get like benched or whatever at recess or like whatever.
Oh, okay.
That would
true.
hit me really hard.
Yeah, dude. When I would get in trouble for doing something in elementary school, that's like oof. Like I'm a terrible person. Like,
is that like a flex or is that like a
Mrs. Smith, please let me off the bench.
That's like it would just be like the worst feeling ever when you get,
I get that. Yeah,
get in trouble for doing something bad.
Bro, this is totally random, but one time, like in middle school, I was walking like to lunch. Like this was after class to lunch, and I was just walking on the campus to like the cafeteria, and I was hungry, so I just busted out my sandwich while I was walking. But you're not supposed to technically eat. Like for whatever reason, you're only supposed to eat in designated areas. And I was just like, oh, whatever. And this like one like super strict, I don't know, campus.
like a yard
Yeah,
duty.
but I don't. Yeah. She like caught me, and then she like benched me for the whole lunch. I was like really mad, bro. I was like, are you serious?
I'd be mad too. I'm kind of mad right now.
Dude, I'm already pissed off for you, bro.
Yeah. What?
I
Like
have
you
fun
can't
with
eat until it's time to eat, but I'm hungry. It's like, okay,
No, little Timmy, you're not allowed to.
Timmy, no, put that sandwich away.
Yeah.
I have a story related to that. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, we're gonna get back to how
No,
this
we can-
connects to your Japan thing. I was just gonna say that yard duty thing reminded me of one time. So at recess at my elementary school, there'd always be one bench where like the school would leave out a bunch of apples and oranges for like kids to eat as a snack. And then me and two of my friends, like, I don't know why we did this, but like we took an apple and we just chucked it at a chain link fence. And it just like either stuck on the fence or like split into a bunch of pieces on the chain link fence. And we were like, that is so cool. So we just took like a bunch of them.
Oh my god!
With the fence.
Oh no!
Because it was like cool to watch it like explode on the fence. And then we went back for more, and the yard dude was like, "What are you guys doing with those fruit?" And we were like, "Oh god, we're busted!"
The fence.
And then we stood there for a second, stunned. We were like, "Oh god, what are we gonna say right now?" And then I was like, "We were throwing up the fence."
Wait, you were what?
I said that we were throwing him at the fence because I was like, all right, the jig is up. Like, I'm going to tell the truth right now.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
But then one of my friends was like, what? No, I was going to eat this. And then me and my other friend, we were like, no, dude, like, come on. Like, it's already over, bro. There's no need to lie. And he was like, no, like I was actually gonna eat these.
I came out with my hands up, officer. Please don't shoot.
Yeah, and then we got sent to the office, and they sent me and my friend who didn't lie to sit on like in the lobby for a little bit, and they brought the guy who did lie, and they like brought him into a separate room and gave him like a long ass lecture, and they were like, yeah, since you guys told the truth, you can go. And we just got to leave, and
they made him eat all the apples.
They made him the pieces off the ground.
Yeah. Eat them off the fence.
Oh no!
So basically, what we're saying is Orion is responsible for world hunger and wasting apples.
I actually starved the whole school. That was the only food that me and the kids at that school had to eat.
Every like hot lunch for like cafeteria food is just like an apple. That's it.
Yeah, dude, we went and got all the Hot Pockets from the cafeteria. We just chucked them at the fence.
Oh no!
No.
But I'm glad to hear that how that ended. It's
that's
good
the right
moment
way
for
to
like
look
justice.
at it.
You know, I feel like, or at least recently, I just feel like a lot of like good action has been overshown. I don't know.
Telling the truth
I don't know
been
I don't know what I'm saying, but basically, at least with my experience with authority in that sense, I feel like I am a fairly good and cautious person, but the one time I decide to step over the line, just like half a foot over, here comes the lunch lady who's like busting my ass for like, you know, eating a sandwich while I'm on the way to lunch already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
yeah, it's like like telling the truth has such a negative stigma. Like why is it so hard to like tell the truth? You know?
What do you mean it has a negative stigma?
Or like people would be like, "Oh, you snitched," you know, like in like middle school or like or in, like,
yeah. Well, obviously snitches get stitches.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a story from elementary school that I remember pretty vividly because it was kind of funny now that I look back at it. But like I think it was second grade, and we were doing something in the class, but like this girl like kept pointing at me for some reason, like was like, I think she was snitching on me or something something like that.
That guy. That's the one right over there.
He's the cause of all the problems in the world.
And she was pointing, and she had her finger like right up at me, and I bit her.
Oh,
Wait, how close was she to you?
She was really close.
Oh, I
In
was
your
picturing.
face?
Yeah, like in my face.
oh wow.
I was picturing her across the room.
Yeah,
You
same.
sprint over.
Give me your fingers.
Like,
No, like I bit her, and then she raises her hand, and she goes, "He just bit me," and I just start crying. I'm like, "Oh
no.
How to get out of it? Just start crying.
Yeah.
But I didn't get in trouble for that. I just kind of like
What? How?
I don't know. She was annoying me, so I bit her. So
He had the trump card.
How the
of
hell
being
did you
crying.
not get in trouble for that?
I don't
What
remember,
the-
dude. This is second grade. I don't know. It's like just on my permanent record right now. Like UC Davis looking at the thing, and it's just like
Biter.
Oh my god.
You're listed as a biter.
Like if there really is probably like a criminal record that they come
Yeah.
through that like
That's what-
that's on there somewhere.
That's what one of my high school teachers said. They had like this record of all of our like discipline like over the years, you know? I'd love to see that file now.
Yeah.
You
On
know?
Darren's, it says like ate lunch at an inappropriate time.
Minus
It's
10
not as bad as it
points.
seems, please.
That's ridiculous, I think. I mean, I guess like little kids like are messier or something. I don't know what the problem with that would be, you know. Obesity?
No.
Honestly, I have no idea.
I think this is junior high, and like literally, you know,
'Cause, like,
the schools where I'm from, they're all like really stickler for the rules, I'd say.
Yeah.
So
I have another story of when I got in trouble one time.
okay.
It was the worst feeling ever because I had this elementary school teacher in 4th and 5th grade. And he was like known for being like the cool teacher who like everybody wanted to be in his class. And I got to be in his class 4th and 5th grade because he taught like a 4th, 5th split class.
Oh, sick.
So basically he was like the idol of all the elementary school little kids. And I was kind of like, me and my friend were like the class clowns. Like we'd always be like the goofy, funny guys.
Goofy.
It was pretty cringe, but the teacher would always read us Harry Potter every day in class. And I remember
That's pretty lit.
That's pretty lit.
It was sick. But then when he first started the book in 5th grade, the second year I had him, when he started the book, he was like, Chapter 1, The Boy Who Lived. And I was like, I lived too. And then everyone laughed, and he was like, Orion, change your card down. And do you guys know about the like card system?
Where it's like red card, a green card, and like blue,
everyone
or,
starts with a green card, and then
yellow,
it's
like,
like,
red card.
if you get like upper cards, you get like special privileges or something. Or it's like if you do something bad, you have to change your card down.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like he just said that, and my heart just dropped.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
My status has changed.
Oh,
No, it's more like, oh my god, like I did something bad. Like now he doesn't like me.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like pretty trivial, but it's like the worst feeling when you're a little kid.
Yeah.
we're getting
definitely.
we're getting a little off topic here since we're trying to tell happy stories.
Oh yeah, I got a story since that reminded me. So it didn't have to do with me this time, but I remember I was in 6th grade, some sort of English class I think, or science class maybe, and sort of similar situation. Like we were just kind of going around and like reading stuff, and like the teacher was like would take turns reading too. There was some sort of bird that was called like the I don't know, the word boob was in the name.
The blue-footed booby. Dude.
Yeah, like a booby, like some like bird or something, right?
Yeah.
And
You can tell my
you know,
humor is
everyone,
very mature.
Everyone in our heads already knows that that's coming up. And then I think like the kid who was reading it, or like either the teacher was reading it or the kid was reading it. But when the kid was reading it, like he just started laughing when he came to the word, and then the teacher just got like hella pissed. She was like, "Oh, so can you please explain to everyone why it's so funny?" And literally, she would not stop questioning him until he said something. So she kind of like broke him down basically for like 5 minutes, while the class was just in like dead silence, bro. And then
that kid has never said boob ever again.
He actually turned gay.
Oh no!
But it was I felt bad for him because he actually, it's like it's not even like the inappropriate part of it, but it's like having to explain a joke.
Yeah.
Like you ruined it by the time you explain it.
Dude,
So
that's cringe as hell. Why would a teacher care that? Like, what is wrong with that?
I don't know, but he like literally had to explain like, oh, it's like the scientific definition of like what it was, and everyone's just like, oh no.
Oh no!
And she's like, "Ha, I got you."
Yeah, that's probably what she was thinking.
Got him.
Like, what? Why? Like, why wouldn't you just react like, "Oh, ha ha, everybody, we know it's funny. Let's move on."
Yeah.
Yeah. I
We're
don't
gonna
know.
single this kid
Yeah.
out and be like, "Tell me, why is it funny, booby? Say it."
Hilarious, dude. I remember. Did you guys have sex ed like in like elementary school? Or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you guys had to like watch
I
a
did-
video about like puberty.
Yeah.
Or, like,
Oh
something
my
like
god,
that.
I
Okay.
remember it from like high school, but like
Yeah.
I really don't remember it from elementary. I didn't understand anything
High
back
school?
then.
You had
So-
one in high school?
Yeah, we had one in high school.
We had one in like 4th grade.
Yeah, we had
Shit.
one. Yeah, in like third or fourth grade, and I remember it because like, I don't know why this came into my mind, but like Darren said booby, and I thought about like.
We're just transitioning into different topics based on like one word someone
Yeah,
said.
so like, so all the boys had to watch a video, and all the girls had to watch a video, right? So like,
Yeah.
all like two of the like male teachers had to take us, and like we were a bunch of like 4-year-old like hormone filled boys into like
Did you
this
say 4-year-old?
not fourth grade hormone filled boys into like this room, and who were just like you know, in fourth grade you're just full of energy, right? And like we're just like, I don't know, go outside and play kickball or something like that. So we're sitting in there and we're watching this video, and like they like show like a penis like on like the screen, and then everyone starts laughing. Everyone starts laughing throughout the entire video. Like, I didn't learn anything.
You were laughing too hard.
No, I wasn't laughing, but everyone else was laughing. They were like, oh, it's a penis, dude.
You were looking at that and you were like, what is that?
I was like,
I've never seen that before.
Just like
So
the
I
pictures
blame-
are just changing, and it's like you just hear laughter.
basically, I blame that event for...
Being sexually repressed?
Wow.
Yeah, pretty much.
Go off, King.
What were you going to say?
I don't know. It was just like weird because I remember it and I was like, I don't know anything about my body.
I feel like when I watched that, I didn't learn anything.
Yeah. But it was just like, and then we watched a video of like some lady like giving birth, and we're like, everyone was like, ew.
Wait, what? In elementary school?
Yeah.
Holy cow, dude!
now that I think
We
about it-
didn't do that until 9th grade, dude. This is a real thing.
Darren didn't learn about. He didn't know the difference between a male or a female until.
No, I will say up until like not even past 9th grade, I didn't know like a lot. I feel like it's just like an exponential curve of learning.
Yeah, pretty
between
much,
like
yeah.
11th grade and like college.
Yeah, going to public high
Yeah.
school. Yeah, going to public high school just kind of like ruined everything for me.
Dang.
Yeah.
And when we had to watch that video at my school, they had everyone like write down questions that they had on pieces of paper and then like hand them to the adults. And one kid, I don't even know if he was joking, but he wrote, "What is a boner?" All the
Wait, no,
teachers-
what is it? I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? Yeah, the teachers had they didn't answer it because they were like, you guys aren't taking this seriously, like you're just trolling.
What if he was really trying to figure out like what it was? He's like, I think I have a problem, and I don't know what it is.
Actually, yeah. Speaking of that, I kind of.
Speaking of penises, what makes you happy? What do you derive happiness from? What is the root of happiness?
All right, I actually think about this a lot because I'm so obsessed with like career goals and what I want to do and what I want to pursue that like I narrowed it down to I need to figure out what it is, like what are my happiest moments, like when do I feel truly like at ease and like comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like there's a few different like types of happiness and a few different like times that I feel like content, and one of them is like just being like with friends or like having like a shared experience, like going on trips and stuff or just hanging out, and those times it's like usually I'm always like overthinking about stuff, but when I'm with friends in situations like that,
Oh yeah.
it's like I'm not thinking about that anymore, and it just like I'm there in the moment. Like those
Yeah.
are the only times I'm living in the moment.
Yeah, I totally get that. Like, I feel the same way. Like, when you're with, like, people that you enjoy being around, it's just, like, you kind of forget about, like, all of, like, the problems with everything, you know? Just, like, kind of like right now, you know? I'm not lonely. I'm not sad.
You're not sad at all.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anything else that you generally derive happiness from? It's a really deep question. You know,
Yeah.
like you don't have to fully like answer it. Like,
Go to Darren. I need to think more before
Okay.
I speak.
Yeah.
I kind of got a interesting response to that. I think. Because you were talking about like how, you know, you're happy like in the moment, and like, you know, us doing this right now. This is a cool time. But I've been thinking about this a lot too. Like, I feel like, you know, when people say happiness isn't about like, it's about the journey, not the destination. You know.
Yeah.
And I feel like I can understand what that means, but I don't know how that applies to my life right now.
Yeah.
Like I can't apply that to my life right now because for whatever reason, maybe I'm not old enough. But
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of things, it's like I'll hang out with you guys, and it'll be cool. The minute I go back to my apartment and like have to do work, I mean, I'm not like in a super moody thing right now, but there are times where it's just like I'll just be sad. But and then the happiness is so temporary, I feel. And in a sense, it's almost like when you assign happiness to like material. Yeah. Like when I get a like new pair of shoes or whatever, I'm like, that's so sick. Yeah. And then like 2 weeks later, it's like, whatever.
They get a little dirty, and you're just like,
So that's more approaching it the way I see it. Like, happiness is derived from the destination rather than the journey. Yeah. And I feel like I need to shift it more to like the journey. Even when I'm like designing stuff, design is supposed to be something I like and like my passion. I mean, art and design is, what I grew up with as my hobbies as a kid. Yeah. Now that it's like my major, there are a lot of times where I'm like hating the process sometimes, and like I hate the end result. So because I hate the end result, then therefore the entire thing is bad. Mm-hmm. But I think, that's obviously not a great way to approach it. But, I don't really know. That's kind of what I've been struggling with.
Yeah, I totally get that. Like, there's actually an episode on the last episode of The Office. I don't know if you guys have seen The Office.
Yeah. I haven't seen the last episode though.
You haven't seen the last episode? It's good.
So basically, Andy Bernard says, "I wish there was like a way to know you were in the good old days before you left them, before you actually left them." And I kind of really like that. That was like really powerful. Like, people don't live like in the moment, like right now, like. It's just that people look back on like events and stuff, and they'll be like, I wish I would have been more present in that time, or like I would have been more engaged in like my situation like that. I don't know where I'm going with this, actually.
Yeah, it's really hard to like think of it on the fly.
Yeah.
Well, I've thought about this. I just don't know how to say it in words.
Yeah. It's like, I just want to say that like my like main thing that I derive my happiness from is like helping other people, or like being with other people, because I really enjoy like giving like to people, or like I like cooking like and feeding people, because like that's where I like sort of show like my love to like other people, so that makes me like really happy.
I got a question about that though, because like a lot of people well, that's great, first of all, I want to say, and but a lot of people will kind of have that mentality, but in their head they're expecting something in return. Is that, do you get the happiness from the process of doing it, again, the sort of journey, or the end goal saying, oh, because I did this, I'm sort of expecting a favor in return?
I'm sure that subconsciously there is some part of me that wants some sort of affirmation, like maybe like a thank you or something small like that, but like I genuinely like enjoy like cooking and like giving to people, or like making gifts for people, because I really enjoy just making them happy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think that like I get most of my like happiness from like reflection on things that I've done, and that's kind of like a getting happiness from the destination and not the process, because like I always don't I never like feel the happiness when I'm doing something, or when I'm in the process of doing something, but after I've done it and then I reflect on it, that's when I like really reap like the benefits, kind of. Or maybe I am happy when I'm doing it, but like I don't realize that I'm happy. Like, for example, when I went to Paris over the summer, like the whole month of July, we were just like, I was just hanging out with a bunch of peers who became my like pretty good friends, and we were just like experiencing the city and like all this stuff together for the first time. And I never like I never felt like euphoric or anything. I never really thought like, man, I'm super happy right now. But then on the last day, when everyone was leaving and I was like one of the only people left in the dorm, and I was like packing up my stuff, like it just hit me super hard. Like thinking about all the stuff we did and all the like memories that we had. That like I didn't feel the joy from them in the moment, really. I mean, I probably did. I just like I couldn't tell. And then on the last day, when I think back to it, it's like, damn, like that was so sick. And now I feel really sad that it's over.
You were just staring at the waves while just burning daylight, right?
Exactly, bro.
All right.
That's what that song's about.
I relate to that. Actually, now see, I realized I actually have had like happy moments in my past.
Darren's like, I've been happy in the past before.
Jogging the memory now. But yeah, I like pretty much experienced the exact same thing when I went to like this pre-college like art program called CISA. But yeah, I mean like in the moment you're just kind of like, it felt kind of like a separate world, but then like when you look back at it in sort of like a larger context, you realize like what a great time and great opportunity that was, you know?
No, absolutely.
And how like close knit that group of people, like you were to that group of people, and now that like since everyone's like far away and it's been like a couple of years,
people have like diverged onto their different paths.
I think I really only keep in touch with like one person now from that group.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I think like like the human brain is like wired to like be part of like communities and like
absolutely
in, like group activities like that, and that's why it's so like satisfying, because like when you're on like a tennis team or like
any sort of team really,
any team
or a group or a project group or something
even like
that.
what you said, like you took that class or like that program,
special program,
it's like stuff like that. I think that it's really nice, or like feels really satisfying, because like it shrinks your world down to this one kind of microcosm where you have like defined goals, you have people with you who are supporting you and are also working towards the same goals.
Absolutely.
It's like you're completing goals in like a small isolated environment, and like you get like the brain is wired to give you dopamine for that exact type of thing, like completing
some of the best feelings in the world. And like that's just like it's so satisfying, that sort of like happiness that you get from working together as a team and reaching like a collective goal.
And I think that the reason that like things get a lot more like stressful when you get to college and when you leave college is because like suddenly that little mini world where things are simple and you have your defined goals, like it just expands like infinitely, and it's like, well, it's like where are the boundaries of who you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to do. It's like you no longer do you just have like an assignment where you have people with you who are trying to work on this assignment, and you do it and you get a grade, and it's like, oh, that's so like nice. Now it's like, oh, my goals are make this much money by the time I'm this old, and this is going to take years, and you might not even have that many like friends when you're an adult anymore.
Oh, this shit deep, bro.
But
kind of lost you there, not gonna lie.
It might be too philosophical.
Like my brain is like that expanding brain meme.
But I mean, using that knowledge, you can use that to like be happier, because you can actively try to pursue that kind of like community
lifestyle
experience and lifestyle. Like that's probably why like religious communities are so much happier when people do like studies, because they have that community even like throughout their whole life.
That makes a lot of sense. When you put it like that, it does make a lot of sense. We're not going to dive into that because
we're not going to talk about that.
We're not talking about that, but that is really cool. That's a really interesting idea, because it's such a community that they have. Okay, so fit check. For my fit check today, we've got a nice little Uniqlo Andy Warhol shirt with the skull on it, because that's pretty edgy, right? I think this shirt is so fire. Like I saw it on Uniqlo's like website, and I was like, I need this. I think I've worn Uniqlo like every episode that we've had so far.
I think I have too. One piece of clothing is
but like this shirt is so fire. I love it so much. Andy Warhol's on the sleeve here. I have my sleeves rolled up. Got a little French tuck going. Thank you for Tan France. We've got some black jeans on. I've got a belt. I've been starting to wear belts now, because once I like tuck my shirt in, I feel like a belt is a really nice piece to sort of like round out your outfit.
You gotta have a belt if you tuck your shirt in.
Yeah, but like
absolutely.
Even if like it's not holding your pants up, like a belt is just like a nice stylistic piece to have. I had this like light pink crew neck that I got from Forever 21. It says Paranoid on it, and it says Paranoid in like, I think it's either Chinese or Japanese.
Poser.
But like, so it's like it's repeated over and over. I've gotten a lot of compliments from this crew neck. I was at this boba place once, and this girl complimented me. So
bro,
she was like, "Yo, I like your sweater," and I was like,
Yeah, I still can't really tell if she's into you or not.
yeah, at this point, it's still unclear. Keep that for signs.
Yeah. And then got some. I think these are Under Armour. No, Adidas socks today. Look at those.
Right.
They're fancy. I think that's it. Yeah. Oh, I've got some gel in my hair. It's
That counts.
it's a part of me. All right, Darren, go ahead.
Yeah.
Break down your fit for
layers.
us. Yeah.
Break it down.
What up?
Yes. Go on.
Okay. Okay, I guess we'll go. First of all, I was wearing North Face black. It's triple black today. Sort of like North Face puffer jacket, but not really a puffer jacket. I don't know. It's like black and gray. It's like a North Face jacket. I got this gray Nike hoodie, and I'm gonna like nerd out here for a second and be very specific because for the longest time I wanted a Nike hoodie with just the swoosh because that is just more of a nod to like the 90s Nike hoodies. Because if you search up vintage Nike hoodies, the swoosh was like either in the center or like on the side, but it's just the swoosh. It's like super clean. So I was looking, I was like, okay, that shouldn't be too hard to find. Nike puts swoosh on all their products.
Yep.
But, you know, they really only sell the swoosh with Nike spell out, the letters on it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. I spent, I don't know, God knows how many hours I wasted in the summer looking for this hoodie. But I just gave up eventually. And one day I was in the mall, and I just happened to walk into the Nike store, the Nike outlet store, and they came through. They had a bunch of these gray hoodies just sitting on a rack, and just the swoosh. So I was like, yes,
That's the one.
that's what I'm going for. And I was almost about to spend like $60 on like a 90s like vintage Nike hoodie, but I was like, nah.
So he bought 12 of them.
Yeah.
Bought the whole stack.
The whole, just bought the rack. Under that, again, Uniqlo, every episode, we're going to keep that trend up.
Hopefully they'll sponsor us eventually.
Yeah.
Yellow sweatshirt, Uniqlo, where's
Right.
that bag?
That is orange.
It's yellow.
All right, in this light. In this light.
It's
like mustard.
It's mustard.
Yeah.
And then, okay, I wore this specifically, even though you cannot see it.
Is it the cause shirt?
No. I have like,
I swear to God, if it's the COD shirt again.
I have this Kelly Moore paint shirt I
Yo,
got at a thrift
that's
store
right,
in
yeah.
San Francisco.
This guy paints.
Yeah, so I saw that, and my friend was like, what are you doing? But I was like, trust me, this is going to be super fire in like 10 years, and there's like, the value of it will skyrocket.
Bro, I gotta go hit up former Home Depot employees for their shirt.
Yeah, no, this is a real thing.
Yeah, when Home Depot shuts down, if someone has like a Blockbuster shirt or something like that, that's a rare commodity there.
True.
Yeah. And
All
then,
right, is that it? What else you got?
black skinny Levi's jeans,
Yep.
same wave as Human.
Yeah.
Just white Adidas socks, and then I had these boots from Puma. That is a special collab with The Weeknd. All
Damn.
black suede high top boots.
God damn.
Ooh, I'm blinded by the light.
Banger, by the way.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, I got.
Taking up like half an hour to talk about my thing already.
I've got a pretty generic fit on right now. I'm not gonna lie. All right, I got the Levi's Sherpa jacket.
Yeah.
It's probably the most interesting, significant thing I have on. I wear this every single day.
I don't think I could ever pull off a Sherpa.
I feel like anyone could.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like it's not a look that I would look very good wearing. I don't know.
But you're like an outdoorsy guy.
We'll try it out. Yeah, I guess so.
Sherpa's pretty.
I'll be like a lumberjack, dude.
Yeah.
Lumberjack vibe.
I've got this blue flannel that was someone left it in my dad's garage and I took it. That's fire. All right. It was always cold in my dad's garage. One of his friends left this thing in there and I always like put it on because it's always cold. And then eventually I was like, bro, no one's coming to take this thing. It's mine.
This guy is still looking for this flannel today.
Yeah. He's actively searching for me. Then I've got this like old Diamond brand T-shirt.
Oh, Diamond.
Because
I
I
remember
like
those.
for people to think that I skate,
Yeah.
but I don't.
Or smoke.
Yeah. And then for the bottoms, I just got literally the most generic, like really old, faded purple sweatpants.
Those are purple?
Yeah, yeah.
Looks kind of like navy blue.
Um,
Navy purple.
It's like, yeah, navy purple. And then I've got thermal socks. Thermal
Nice.
snow socks on.
Very nice. Nice and warm. It's getting a little chilly out.
I forgot to mention the hat, actually, because this is something I kind of want to bring up.
The centerpiece for
Yes.
his
This is
outfit.
I've been kind of wanting a Yankees fitted for like a long time.
Yeah.
But you know, like I'm no baseball fan, so I'm
Mm.
kind of a fucking poser. But also just like it's such like a fashion icon, and I think the logo is just like awesome. I just wanted one of these.
Yeah, it's pretty fire.
So, but this is a special version. Actually, this is a collab with Spike Lee. I don't know if you guys know who that is. So this is
Very famous
it
director.
says a Spike Lee joint on the inside.
Oh, nice.
And then all around it are like baseball bats, and it has all the years they won the championship.
Wow.
So,
Damn.
Okay, well, we're gonna close it off here. We hope you guys have a lovely Valentine's Day. Don't be sad that you're alone, but be happy that you're alone. You know, I don't know.
it's a blessing to be single sometimes.
Yeah. Do something. Treat yourself. You know, splurge. Do something. You know,
Yeah.
buy something that you like for
Yeah.
yourself.
Find your single friends and hang out with them.
Hang out with your single friends.
Yeah, take the money that you would have spent on someone else and just spend it on yourself.
Exactly. Get yourself a nice pair of shoes.
Yes.
You know, get yourself a better microphone for your podcast because
Everyone has a podcast.
everyone has a podcast.
Is this aimed at me, Min?
Get yourself a new microphone for your podcast because you don't have one.
What else? What else have we got to say to those out there on Valentine's Day? Love isn't
Fun.
real.
Oh, no. You ruined it.
Have fun and love is not real.
Enjoy yourself. You know, shoot your shot.
Yes, shoot your shot. Okay.
Shoot
I
your
don't know
shot.
other stuff. Just say shoot your shot.
Shoot your shot. Okay, like it doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks.
Because at the end of the day,
Nothing matters.
Nothing.
because at the end of the day, you're the one who still has to run across the field to get the basketball back.
Wait, what the fuck?
I'm not following this one.
Is that
When
a
you,
New York
like-
Yankees thing? Are they?
You
Are,
shoot
No.
your shot, but you have to go get the ball.
Because you shoot your shot to the basket and then you miss, so then you have to go run and get the ball.
Oh, so why is that good?
No, it's not good.
Oh,
Okay, anyways, just
So
cut
why-
all
See,
that out.
shoot your shot. Shoot for the moon, and if you miss, then you won't be on the moon, but you'll be a star.
Anyways, thank you guys.
when you shoot for the stars.
Okay, all right. Thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you guys next time. Let us know what you think, and we'll see you then. Bye bye.
Later, baby.
Bye.